What if your most dangerous enemy on a chaotic battlefield wasn't from a rival race, but a traitor from your own? Hello, everyone! In Swallowed Star, we witness the Yuan Ao Master battlefield erupt into a Universe Master free-for-all as the Pulling Traces diagram fragments scatter across space, and right in the middle of that chaos, Luo Feng and the Flame Emperor collide in a fierce personal duel that's been building for ages, while the Sky Wolf Master arrives to complicate everything at the worst possible moment. To understand why this battle matters, we need to revisit what just happened. Yuan Ao Master, cornered by Universe Masters from every major faction, and unable to break free, made one final calculated move. Rather than let the Pulling Traces diagram fall into the hands of the factions he despised, he tore it into dozens of fragments and scattered them across space in every direction. The Pulling Traces diagram was no ordinary treasure. It was a relic left behind by Xuan Yuan, a legendary true god who died trapped inside the Tilted Peak realm, one of the three most terrifying regions in the entire universe ocean. Even with the map torn apart, each individual fragment still held invaluable information from Xuan Yuan's relic, and that meant even a single piece was worth more than most Universe Masters would see in their lifetimes. The moment those fragments scattered, every alliance dissolved instantly. The Nine Remoteness Master accepted the breakdown of faction cooperation without argument. Universe Masters from the human race, demon race, bug race, and every other power present stopped looking at each other as temporary allies and started looking at each other as competition. The scramble began, and it was every Universe Master for themselves. What followed was one of the most chaotic treasure battles in Universe Master history. Across the battlefield, old grudges ignited immediately, the Crystal Race and Prison Race clashing the moment cooperation ended, ancient hatred overriding any strategic calculation about the fragments. Luo Feng moved fast. Using the speed advantage of his Shi Wu wings, he secured the first fragment before anyone could react, pure velocity winning where raw power couldn't. Then he spotted another fragment that the Flame Emperor was already moving to claim. Without hesitation, he deployed both the Golden Kingdom and the Nine Tiger River simultaneously, a combined domain technique so massive in its area of effect that even the Black Universe creator, still pursuing Yuan Ao Master in the distance, could feel its power radiating across space. The Black Universe creator paused long enough to acknowledge it, remarking that Luo Feng's domain control was the finest among all the Universe Masters present. That kind of praise from a true god-level being, delivered mid-battle to a human Universe Master, spoke volumes about how far Luo Feng had come, but praise wasn't what he was focused on. The Flame Emperor was... Before diving into their clash, it's worth understanding exactly who the Flame Emperor is, because this confrontation carries weight that goes far beyond two fighters competing for treasure. The Flame Emperor, whose true name is Cao Benqi, is Sitting Mountain Guest's second disciple, a Universe Master level 3, who was once part of the human race. His talent was extraordinary, his body cultivation exceptional, and his rise through the ranks was everything a teacher could hope for. But his nature was deeply flawed, selfish, arrogant, and consumed by envy toward those whose talent surpassed his own. The breaking point came when he attacked a fellow human race, Universe Master, to seize a treasure. When the huge axe creator ordered him to reflect on his actions, Cao Benqi didn't comply, he defected. He escaped with his entire race to a remote territory, renamed them the Flame God race, and over countless eras ensured that his people fought actively against humans in the Outer Region Wars. He established independent power, joined the Nine Territory Alliance, and became one of the human race's most persistent thorns, all while still technically being Sitting Mountain Guest disciple, the one relationship in the universe that even the Flame Emperor was too afraid to openly challenge. He also held something that belonged to Luo Feng, the Force Armor, which Sitting Mountain Guest had instructed him to pass to his junior brother. He was deeply reluctant to hand it over and attempted to passively disobey those orders before ultimately being forced to comply. Every interaction between Luo Feng and the Flame Emperor carried that accumulated weight, a senior brother who resented his junior's rise, a traitor who knew exactly what he had given up. With the Golden Kingdom and Nine Tiger River domain spreading across the battlefield, Luo Feng moved to intercept the fragment the Flame Emperor had targeted. The Flame Emperor, nearly 10,000 kilometers tall in his true form, covered in black scales, with a single horn piercing the sky, was not about to yield without a fight. He drove his spear, the Flame God halberd, directly through the outer edges of Luo Feng's domain technique, cutting through the suppression field with raw power and lunging forward with his hand extended to grab the map piece. For a split second, it looked like he would reach it first. Luo Feng was faster. Using a tiger pounce from inside his own domain, leveraging the speed amplification the Nine Tiger River provided within its own field, he closed the distance and secured the fragment a breath before the Flame Emperor's fingers closed around it. Then he couldn't resist. Looking at his senior brother's furious expression, Luo Feng allowed himself a moment of visible satisfaction, thanking the Flame Emperor for his service. First for holding on to the Force armor for so long, and now for essentially delivering another pulling traces diagram fragment directly to him. The mock gratitude was perfectly calibrated to land exactly where it would hurt most. The Flame Emperor's response was immediate and explosive. All restraint dropped, he launched a full assault, Flame God halberd driving forward with the complete force of a Level 3 Universe Master's divine power behind it. The battle between them erupted across the fragment-scattered void, a clash between two disciples of the same teacher fighting on opposite sides of history. Meanwhile, the broader battlefield was shifting in ways that would complicate everything. Yuan Ao, master, his body crushed by the Black Universe creator after tearing up their deal, had chosen self-destruction over surrender. The explosion that followed equaled billions of supernova explosions, shattering space within a 10 to billion square kilometer radius, and scattering his world ring's contents across the void true treasures, materials, and crucially, a large map piece he had secretly kept for himself. As the dust settled, two large pulling traces diagram fragments began drifting directly toward Luo Feng's position. The Ice Mountain Master relayed the information through telepathic communication, but they weren't the only ones who had noticed. The Skywolf Master, a pinnacle universe master of the demon race's Skywolf clan, known for exceptional survival skills, had already fixed his eyes on those same fragments. He launched an immediate attack to cut off Luo Feng's path, and then, in a development that shifted the entire dynamic of the battle's final stage, the Skywolf Master looked at the Flame Emperor, a universe master of extraordinary power who had the audacity to break from a faction as dominant as the human race and stand completely alone, and saw an opportunity. The Flame Emperor had established himself as an independent power, which made him a potential ally rather than a rival. The Skywolf Master extended a temporary alliance, two universe masters with nothing in common except a shared interest in stopping Luo Feng from walking away with more of the pulling traces diagram. Right at that moment, with the fragments in range, the Flame Emperor still burning with fury, and the Skywolf Master forming a brand new alliance against him, the episode cuts off. And that's how Luo Feng, in the middle of the universe's most chaotic treasure scramble, managed to outwit a traitor, earn praise from a true god, and walk straight into a 2-on-1 situation against enemies who now had every reason to cooperate. The battlefield just got dramatically more dangerous. Here's what I want you to think about. The Flame Emperor and the Skywolf Master teaming up against Luo Feng. Do you think that alliance holds? Or does their mutual distrust tear it apart the moment the pressure mounts? Drop your predictions in the comments below. That's all from me for this episode. If this breakdown helped you understand the Yuan Ao battlefield arc better, hit that like button, subscribe to Donghua Legend, and ring that notification bell so you never miss our latest coverage. Don't forget to subscribe and help us reach our 1K subscribers milestone. Until next time.